Right. I believe it's time now to head over to Moonlit Alcove as we wait out the stars to return once again, so that we may continue our path towards the rights and continue on with our plan to overthrow, rebel against the Commonwealth, which has cast us down here. All 3 indicates you can wait the next cycle of rights here, as before. You once again find yourselves amid the hidden splendours of Moonlit Alcove. Here you can await the time until the stars deign to shine for your gain. Ah, okay. Another trial, huh? Hi Sandra, how you doing? Greetings to you, lovely reader. I am at your disposal. Hey, what's on your mind today, Sandra? Oh, leave me alone, reader. I am in no mood to talk at you this time. She is concerned about something, but you cannot sense what, as she refuses to say. I see little need to keep on blathering about to you, as once I did. I should have not let you in. Be gone. My services are yours, but this place is my own. You're just gonna... You would cast me out, huh? But, you wish to be alone? That didn't seem to be the case before. Very well then. If this is how you feel, then so be it, I guess. But for now we have more pressing matters to attend to, like this trial. Oh dear, this is going to go so well. Maybe it's a good idea to switch out for a different... yeah. This might be more helpful in the trial to come, and just grabbing some extra change, huh? You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Pyre. Oh, you mean that feisty harp? She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Pyre arrives, in heed of the summons. You called for me, reader darling? Ah, it's that crystal. Then let's hash it out. I'm ready. You know of Sandra, do you? Have you tried to commune with her before? It makes sense, considering, well, what you've talked about before. She seems to know you at the very least. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, harp. You answer to me here. Ooh, a bossy one. Sure then, go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student, for a change. Come, then, let us see what you can do. Left to your own devices, save for your reader's vigilance, of course. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's one down. Yeah, seems the AI doesn't know what much to do. Oh, I gotta remember that. That you have to watch out for that one wall. Apparently, they can shoot through it, depending on the angle at least. And it's done. Again, a lot easier than what I would have thought, but that seems to be mostly the case with the faster characters, it seems. There, now. Is everybody happy? Oh, happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harp. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. You have my congratulations, both to you and to your lovely reader. Now, be gone from here, before I have any second thoughts. Yep. Sandra's in a mood. That's so sad. Oh well. I wonder what trinket route you'll get this time. My, that Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? Say, what's that you have there, darling? You've received Triesta's plume for completing Pyre's trial. While flying, after dousing the adversary's Pyre, Pyre may instantly return and deal as +3 damage. Oh. That's not bad as long as she's flying when she douses a Pyre, which is Admittedly, something I tried to do when I'm using her anyway, so... She could no longer fly, and yet her tears she shed for her assailants, for they could cry no longer. Wow, that's pretty dark, considering. Okay then. Accept the reward we will. Also, we have plates here now apparently, although we can only just touch them. They have no other information or lore to give, save for that they are plates. And away we go. Now that that's over, we shall bide our time until the stars alight again. We have returned to a place of respite. Please make yourselves comfortable, such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars, although I expect they shall shine bright again, in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do. Very well. Make use of the time we have, I guess. There, from atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder when the stars shall align themselves once more. There, upon the sacred mountain, you and your companions once more await the night the stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all a part is set in motion. A commonwealth, a nation that stood for almost 1,000 years, is in turmoil. Oh, has the revolt begun already? Surely not. If your companions return there enough through the liberation rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? That's interesting. Many moons pass. One evening, amid a downpour with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Walfred requests everyone to convene. You understand he has an announcement of some sort. The stars alight again, I guess? Soon, everyone is assembled. Thank you for letting me know there's a new chapter. And Walfred regards the group. Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I have not talked about with you at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them? He lets the question hang a moment in the air. I'll tell you what I see in all of you. In all of us. I see in all of us a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from the different tribes which later formed the Commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness, I think. Rather, I believe the scribes themselves desired, or should I say desire, such a course. Together, they created all this ceremony of which we're now a part. The exiles liberated through their rights went on to found the Commonwealth, based on their values and their teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, the people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we are still missing one key representative on behalf of Molten Millith. Snake Lady? Oh. And I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed. Oh, is this your, what was her name? From ages ago. I remember. She was the one who gave us the bell. Molten Millith, 4th of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Impassioned, or the Wild Witch. The mistress of fire and dusk claims she could shatter the world with a flick of her wrist. Yes, best not to piss her off then, it seems. He motions for someone to approach. Oh, Bertha. No, Bertrude. Bertrude, damn it. It's not Big Bertha, it's Big Bertrude. Oh dear. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognise her straight away. Well, almost straight away at the very least. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a dear old friend of mine, whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwings, Bertrude. The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by way of greeting. How did her voice go? It wasn't quite snake-like, was it, like the others? We are to understand that ye require further aid from us. Yes, dear Bertrude, the time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I have ever met. You soon will find that she knows much about the rites as well. Bertrude looks at you and your fellow exiles, each in turn. Bertrude looks you and your fellow exiles. Looks at you, I think that should be. We frighten ye. Apparent. Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches her expressions. Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them. Oh god. I can see that you're a funny, happy sort, Bertrude. Welcome aboard. She takes her leave without another word. Please, please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it. She sells seashells by the seashore. God. Everyone disperses. It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Bertrude joined the group. You sense her powerful presence. We shall welcome her aboard. Now then, my boy, perhaps you notice that the stars are bright once more up there behind those stubborn rains, meaning it is time we got back to business. Indeed, once more, several stars shine bright within the cold and storming sky. Although, night would work as well, I guess. The stars themselves await the will of the Nightwings. We shall choose our path towards salvation. Wonder what is available to us. Haub the Midnight Star, Gaul the Southern Star, and to the north, Trieste, the Silver Star. Might as well, while we're here, see Volfred's plan. Huh. Still 39%, but hopefully that shall slowly go up in time as we start getting back into the rights and such. Also, lol, Essence, get wrecked, you cheaters. How dare you try and game the system. Even when your sister was playing for us and wished it so. Oh well. It would appear that next is more than likely going to be either the Chastity or the Withdrawn, and if we knock one or two of them down, maybe even the Accusers. We haven't seen Lendl Valyr in a while, since we first met him. I think he was the first right we actually did, wasn't it, beyond the tutorial? It'll be interesting to see how he's changed in that time. But let's see what's available to us. Trieste, the Silver Star. Ah, the Tempers are here, but do we really need to face them again? Once again, they've been knocked down so far with their loss in the Liberation Right. They're not going to recover in time for us to be able to, well, for them to be able to participate again. Apparently, anyway. I guess if we wanted to just skip around and just let these lot fight among themselves, we could. First, let's see what else is available to us. On Haub, we have... we actually do have Lendl here. So we can meet him right now if we wanted to. And we also have... also... we have Mr. Tinderstauf, as it were, of the Chastity here. So, I didn't know that these other stars actually had things associated with them. Oh, these are the actual star signs of the months and stuff, aren't they? And also we can see the Titan stars about as well now. Oh, is this a new one? Plurns, yes it is. Star of the Sunken Queen, an ill omen which engulfs the star of the Wooded Watcher. What? It engulfs another star? Hold on. Oh. They're engulfing other stars? Are they destroying them? Wow. That's a little more, that's a more worse than what I thought. Sorry, like the tune. It'd be interesting to see if we can inverse Tinderstauf in a Liberation Right, so I might hold off on him for now. I'll say hi to Lendl since we haven't seen him in a very long time, as it were. So back to the south we go. All the way far to the south. Ah. So we shall soon shall square against Lendl Valaya and the accusers. Him I know all too well. Perhaps you noticed that he doesn't like us very much. You have a history with him? He then tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lendl Valaya, the first adversary you confronted in the rights not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. Quite enjoy his tune as well, actually. Both him and Barker's are, not too bad. Although this one seems more uplifting, considering. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for his strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once, he arrested a civilian who he hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Oh, so he's a corrupt cop as well then, is he? Lendl discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect was soon exiled. Still, he denied the charges, even as they cast him downriver. That would explain... did you... I'm assuming he planted the artifacts there himself. It would also give credence to his name, Lendl Valaya. That's, yeah. You're not a very nice person, you are you? You're purposely getting people exiled here? The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lendl. It turned out he yep, there we go. He planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rights, having heard of all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader of the accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance for liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. Oh, that must have been when they disbanded then. He wishes more than anything to outdo the Nightwings, perhaps even more so than to be free again. Let us give him another opportunity. For now, have a good night, my boy. You bid Volfred a good evening. At dawn, you shall take flight again. Yeah. Ah, and someone to talk to. Bertrude, is that you? Good guess. Hello, Bertrude, how are you? Also, Bertrude's decks. Unusual etched cards depicting the Greater Titans, probably for curses and enchantments. It says the Greater Titans, but I can see the scribes there, quite clearly. Milith, Haub, and... I think that's Golgothanian? I'm at a loss for whatever the one underneath there is, though. Ah. Interesting. How are you anyway, Bertrude? How are you fitting in here? You find Big Bertrude looking about the black wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change. Oh, how did I do her voice again? It's only been a few minutes, damn. Such a clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last. Unsightly. We remember thee from our abode in flagging hands. Then, thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred. She moves in close, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of a bog crone of the southern bogs can induce paralysis, or worse. Yes, try to keep our distance somewhat, I guess? A distant region of the Commonwealth, left well alone despite technically being part of the nation. The cold and forbidding marshlands are home to the bog dwellers of Sar, colloquially known as crones. That one such as thee can extract meaning from this tome. 'Twas a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. You wish to watch us read? Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites. Then she backs away. Someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madame. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require? We have been unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract among thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present. It is possible that Volfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. That would be agreeable with us. Then, after you, madame. Thank you for the save, lone minstrel. Thanks to Reek. As they depart, you think you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. Yep. Thanks for the save, dude. You know, just for that, let's get a tune going. The lone minstrel's white lute affords you glimpses of your journey through the downside through the music it contains. Let's see what there is. Dirty deal? No. You share with Delbert, Elmer, and Fate. Night Hours, you share the theme of the hidden dangers of the downside. Bloodfly, you should hear Tizo's theme, the Lone Minstrel's theme, Flashback, Sinking Feeling. I wonder, is Ruki's theme here, hopefully? Wait, hold on, wouldn't it be at the start if that's the case? Surviving Exile. Oh, there's one for each of them? Sandra Beyonders, Sandfolds, Downside Prairie, Commencement Rise, Land of the Cube. Nah. Alright, Surviving Exile, let's do this one. There we go. And I shall read from the book as the tune goes in the background. Rites of Flame, in the words of Solian Mur, the last of his name. With these blackened nails do I hereby inscribe the rites of flame. The bylaws shall be written here in full. We, the Eight, decree the rites a test of one's true worth in body, mind, spirit. Now, until the stars abandon us, this shall be binding law within the downside. Those deemed worthy in the rites are to regain their freedom from the downside and return from whence they came. Exiles shall conduct the rites as one of 9 triumvirates, and look towards the stars for guidance on their path. Exiles shall bear this book as status. Wasn't there another page? There indeed was. Essential structure, the words of Solian Mur, the last of his name. The essential structure of a rite shall be as follows. Where chosen by the stars, within the dark of night, shall 2 triumvirates stand in opposition, far enough afield, besides their consecrated pyres, symbolizing their resolve. In each triumvirate, the 3 shall act as one, to demonstrate their trust in one another, not just in themselves. Triumvirates shall endeavour to extinguish the pyre of their adversary, for whose flame are only to be staunched through a celestial orb descended from the stars. Whosever pyre remains burning shall prevail. The triumvirates are to disperse. Okay then. Anything else you have for us? Indeed you do. Searching the stars, in the word of Solian Mur, the last of his name. We, the 8, have seen the turning of the stars from now until the ending of our age. Heed their guidance, and ours. The stars take many cyclic turns. Rites commence at their behest, upon celestial landmarks where the downside's greater titans fell before the heavens. Bearing this, the book bestowed on your triumvirates, you, the reader, shall perceive under which stars you are to congregate. Follow where they lead, as your adversary shall. If either of you fails to appear, then neither of you walks the path. Oh? You must oh, that makes sense, to be fair. Both must be present, otherwise none shall benefit from that rite. Makes sense, otherwise if that weren't the case, then you could argue that why haven't the others of the triumvirates been leaving since the Nightwings disbanded? Whether you prevail or you fail, from that point the stars shall guide you on. Anything more to add? Yep, another page. Before each rite, in the words of Solian Mur, the last of his name, the rite shall not commence unless the necessary preparations are complete at a celestial landmark, ere the star signs. Exiles shall conduct the rites bearing this book, of which there are but 40 copies. Only? We've got like 5 or 10 in this black wagon, don't we? I've certainly seen more than one in this place. Each bound in astral hide, as we have heard before. Exiles shall wear the sacred raiments, fashioned in our likeness at the summit of Mount Elodial. Their identities are to be concealed, for they shall represent us all. Exiles shall set a metal sigil for their pyre, and consecrate the ground using the words, "The 8 scribes gave their freedom, so that we may yet have ours. The heavens shall respond when all is set." Another page, maybe? Oh, we've got quite a few. Law of 3, in the words of Sullen, the last of his name. During the rite, each triumvirate shall act as one, unerringly and without question. The disobedient shall suffer banishment, or permanent expulsion. Exiles shall move as of a single mind, to demonstrate their faith, and recognise that they, as we the 8, cannot prevail alone. Their words shall be determined both by their actions and their peers. Triumvirates lacking experience in this may designate a reader whose focus on this book may help the others to coordinate. However, only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path towards enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Another page? Another page. There's quite a few here, isn't there? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 more pages. If you wish to skip ahead to the next video, because this is just all going to be reading from here on out, I welcome you to do so, where we shall continue with the game. But for those who wish to stay and listen, the burning pyre, in the words of Sullen, the last of his name. At the appointed time, at the aligning of the stars, the heavens shall rain down upon the ground sufficiently prepared, and thus the 2 opposing pyres shall be set ablaze. Thus shall commence the rite. Triumvirates are to protect their pyre as would their lifeblood. Lifeblood itself is never to be shed before, during, or after any rite, lest the disobeyer suffer permanent expulsion. Exile is injury enough. The rite is an act of mercy. Fear not the purifying flame. Plunge into it headlong and without fear, for you shall be protected by the stars themselves. Seek freedom, the flame. The aura, in the words of Sullen, the last of his name. Exiles bearing the raiment and this book reveal their hidden inner aura in the colour of their flame. The aura is the exile's solitary weapon in the rites. Should one's adversary cross one's aura, the adversary shall be banished. Banishment is fleeting nonetheless. Fleeting nothingness, sorry. Seek the pyre's light, and thus make your return. The exile's presence shapes the aura. Exiles gain greater auras while standing side by side with their triumvirates, for we gain strength together. Exiles may cast their aura through sheer force of focus on this book. A celestial orb, in the words of Sullen, the last of his name. As the 2 flames are lit, so shall the celestial orb fall from the heavens. But one such orb shall be availed by the stars, requiring triumvirates to vie for it. Its cosmic connection to the flames, the raiments, and this book bestows the necessary qualities for its bearer to prevail. Effortlessly sails the orb between the 3 and a triumvirate. It seeks the grasp of whosoever acts among the 3. Once grasped, the orb shall draw within it all the bearer's aura, fueled by the triumvirate's own flame. It is to be cast into the flame. The path, in the words of Sullen, the last of his name. In each rite we gain enlightenment, whether we prevail or we fail. Indeed, through failure do we tend to learn the most valued lessons, provided we survive. None among us have railed without end. Exiles who walk the path towards enlightenment shall, at times, be struck by an epiphany, and achieve mastery in some respect. Choose well among the blessings we bestow, thus you may yet achieve your potential and surpass your adversaries. Whether you prevail, your triumvirate earns favour. In time, the triumvirate with the most favour shall be summoned to a liberation rite to earn a chance at freedom. Then, the cycle shall begin anew. Finally, liberation, in the words of Sullen, the last of his name. The liberation rite takes place upon the fall of Sullen under a blooded moon, witnessed by the heralds from the stars. There, the most favoured triumvirate shall confront the one which we appoint. These 2 triumvirates first shall pass through Scribe's Gate, where their worth shall be assessed under the stars. Only the most enlightened exiles within each triumvirate may be anointed for a chance at freedom. 2 of their companions shall support them whilst they strive. The anointed champion of the triumvirate which prevails, then shall plunge into the shimmer pool, return to glory. In glory. Well, that was a lot of reading.